Hey everyone, happy Sunday. My connection's being weird, so I apologize if I end up losing you or if it gets fuzzy and weird. Okay, so I think today's another beach day because you know we love it and we should just stay there overnight, and it's silly. We just go home thinking we're gonna do one day and then we do another day. So that means we have to drive again another hour today, so I gotta get going here. I'm gonna put on my face and eye primer, my Glorious, because I love it. And it helps me that makeup to really glide right on like it usually does. And whoops, I'm starting to run out. I'm getting that sound that means, oh gosh, you're running out of this stuff. So I just have to get off of and just put in my order. So I'm gonna get to that. Hey, Amber Lee, girl, what are you doing? Are you still in Vegas? Are you guys still in Vegas, or are you on your way back now? That's my friend Amber Lee, another awesome internet marketer, the cool chick on the internet. She is the cool chick on the internet. And check her out on Facebook. And she's right now in Vegas doing a great mastermind this weekend. How cool is that? So I can't wait to hear all about it. It's so awesome. I'm gonna do some concealer now because I don't know why. I don't know if I got the best sleep last night because the circles are talking to me today. They're like sticking out. You ever look in the, all of a sudden all you see are circles under the eyes? That's what I'm seeing right now. So that means I must get rid of them immediately. So let's just rub that in, rub it in, and all that redness can just go right away now. Love it. Let's see. And then today, because I'm going to the beach, I'm not gonna do the full foundation today. I'm gonna go with my BB cream. This is the color Bisque. Love it. And it just gives a super light coverage, but with a little bit of color. And I'm just, again, gonna blend it in with my hands. You could use a brush too, but right now I'm gonna do the hands. And then see? Just really gives you a great base to work with. And I think today I'm going to do on the eyes, I'm gonna do some mineral powder, the pigments. So that means that I take the eye primer and I put them on my lids because it really helps it to adhere to the lids. Just one drop, and you can see, just like seriously, that's it. Don't do more than that. Just go really easy, light and easy. Hey Tanya, good morning, how are you? And then let's see, I'm gonna do a little blush first, a little bit, because I'm going to the beach, so I'm probably gonna get some sun. But I like this color here called Seductive. There you go. So let's do that for the beach, shall we? I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little bit of that on. Now Younique is great because, and see how much color I just got from one little thing, and this is a sample, okay, just to let you know, this is a sample. It's not even like it's the regular container. So you can imagine how that little bit, hey girl, how little that is, that just went right on. This gave me a whole bunch of color. And in fact, I need to blend that in a little better. They give you directions. What's great about Younique, it gives you like Makeup for Dummies directions so that you can easily see how to apply stuff, and depending on the shape of your face. And it says to start by the apples and work up. I like to do the opposite though. I sometimes start up here and work my way down, or I do the number 3. If I'm doing a bronzer on each side, I'll do the number 3. That gives a little bit of a contour when you do that. But for me, I find that, I don't know if it's just me, but if I start here and do this, then I get a huge gob of color right here. It doesn't seem to blend as well for me, so I do that. And I think because it's hot in here and I'm sweating, it's giving me a little extra, it's kind of messing me up a little bit. It's super sweaty in here right now. I don't know why. Oh, yuck. So that's, I'm really sweating. That's an issue. All right, so for the eyes, I'm going to do this color here on my lid. Let's see. This one here called Beautiful, with a little bit of Confident in the crease is what I'm going to do. And then I'm gonna take this Corrupted and put it under my eye like an eyeliner. So that's how I'm gonna start this party. And so my mindset today, I wanted to talk about this because I am watching the video, the documentary, Tony Robbins' documentary, I Am Not Your Guru. It's on Netflix. Highly, highly, highly recommend. If you haven't seen it, now I haven't even gotten through it. I have only been through the first 5 minutes and I'm already blown away. Blown away. And what it is, it's a documentary about his 7-day event called Date with Destiny, and it kind of gives you a little bit of behind the scenes look at, in the beginning, sort of how he prepares for it, and then how he goes on the stage and how he connects with people. The first couple of minutes when he connects, it gives you a snippet of him connecting with one of his audience members and doing a transformation like right then. So powerful. Although I have to say, I've never heard Tony Robbins swear that much. He says a lot of F-bombs, and usually in his regular videos, I don't remember hearing him do it that much. So I guess if you're offended by language, just use some caution, or if you have kids in the room, just use a little bit of caution. But try to really kind of get past that, get past your offendedness and suspend it so that you can really hear and see what he's doing for people, because it's really, really quite amazing. And this reminded me, and I'll tell you why I'm bringing up this changing your life and this strategy that I use, because right before he went on stage, it shows him right before he goes on stage at his event, and he kind of runs up the stairs. There's, hey Billy, what's up, girl, Billy Ann? He runs up the stairs, and you see, it's like, of course, he's like full of energy, right? As only Tony Robbins can be, right? And he does a fist pump, a huge fist pump. And I don't know if he says any words with it because it's his back is kind of to the camera, but he does this huge fist pump, and this is literally right before he walks on stage. So it just reminded me, and this looks like, and even before that, he was at his house, and he dunks himself in this there's like a little teeny pool in the ground. It's a little square, and it's 57-degree water, and he dunks himself. You would think it would just be like a shallow pool, but it fits his whole body. He goes straight down into this square, and he dunks himself into that. So you can see that people who are at these higher levels with their lives, okay, and I'm not just talking money, I'm talking, you know, from a personal development level, from the impact they have on the world, whatever their career, family, whatever it is, they usually have some sort of routines that they do and some sort of success behaviors. And I'm sure if you're in the home business industry, you've probably seen a lot about morning routine. Hey Risa, how are you, hun? You've seen a lot about that. And so my mindset is that if people like Tony Robbins, okay, he is, I would say, I venture to say, a very successful person. And we're not just talking because he has mega millions of dollars and he has, you know, homes and resorts all around the world, but the impact and the influence he's had. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. It could be in millions by now, I don't know. And we're talking powerful, influential leaders in our culture. He's been advising to them. They seek him out for advice. We're talking like entertainment people like Usher, world leaders and presidents. So I would venture to say, if he's doing stuff like this to prepare himself to deliver his content to his audience and connect with them, then probably it's a good idea, if you want to make change in your life of any kind, to do something similar, or at least to be open to listening to it and not go, oh man, that's like some woo-woo stuff. It's not. If people, like I said, if he's doing that, probably it's a great idea to look into it, right? At least be open to listen. And so I wanted to take that fist pump piece for a minute, because I think that is super powerful. That motion and why he does that right there is something that anyone can do. And this is if you want to make change in your life and you're feeling stuck, you're feeling overwhelmed, or like you can't do anything, or every time you try something, it gets messed up. Do you ever have that in your life where like you feel like, oh, I always have bad luck, or as soon as I'm about to do something great, something comes in to screw it up, and it's usually yourself. And I hate to say this, and I say it with all love and respect, and I've been there. It took me a long time to really work past this in my life, and I'm still working past it, man. Personal development is forever. So these, you know, our limiting beliefs and our old habits will continue to come up and bug us time and time again. The only thing is we have to be prepared to really acknowledge them, realize it, and work through it. So that's what this is about. Sorry, I gotta fix my chair here. I was like, my chair felt like it was slipping. So this is a great thing to do if you're feeling that way in your life. And this is not just about business. I know a lot of my audience is home business folks, and I love for everybody to join. Whether it's you want to find the love of your life, you want to improve your finances, your health, whatever it is, you're your life change starts with, first of all, a decision, and it has to be a decision made with your heart and soul. And I've done this before too, and anything I talk about, been there. So I'm not just saying this, talking down. I'm saying this as someone who's been there and doing the work to really work through it. You have to make a decision, and you need to mean it. Where in your heart and soul, and you'll feel it, I guarantee you'll feel it, there's no other option. You're going to do something and there's no plan B. You're going to get it done. Don't know, you might not know how you're going to do it yet. You might not know what it's going to look like at the end, but you know that it's going to happen and there's no turning back. So you need to make that decision and have that conviction and commitment that goes along with it. That will start to change your life right there. So I say 15 minutes, but it's really an instant. And I believe that's even in Tony Robbins' documentary. Life changes in a moment because you make that decision and you cross over to that, okay, no matter what, this is happening. So you make that decision. Now, once you get there, know that old beliefs, old patterns, old habits are going to come up. And we all have them, probably going from like way back. So here's this little exercise that I teach and to my team members, and I would share with you, and remind Tony Robbins with the fist pump reminded me of this, and it's called anchoring. And this was huge for me. I learned it from a mentor at the beginning of last year, and it was really putting this into practice. And I say again, it is a practice. You have to, the repetition and the practice for this. You're not going to do this once and $1 million is going to fall into your lap, or you're going to walk outside and bump into the love of your life. Like, this is not magic. This is not BS. This is not fluff. You have to do this stuff, and you have to do it over and over again. And I'm not going to even say practice makes perfect, because I can't stand that statement. I don't like perfection. It doesn't exist, and it just makes people feel like shit. So I like mastery. That's what I like. I'm interested in mastery. So I say, take the time. I think it's 10,000 hours when you learn a new skill to become a master. So put the time in and be patient. So it's called anchoring, and we all do it now. You do it today. So for example, if I came up to you and I put my hand out and I just met you for the first time, what would you do? You'd probably put your hand out and shake my hand, right? Because we're programmed to do this. We're anchored in our mind. This behavior is anchored. So we know how to respond. If you've been to college or high school and taken psychology, you remember the study with Pavlov's dogs, where he trained them that every time they heard a bell ring, they would get food. And it got so repetitive to the point where all they had to do was hear the bell ring and their mouth would start salivating, getting ready to eat. I mean, is that powerful. So this is similar to this, and you can use this to your advantage and to change your life. So it only takes, 5, 10, 15 minutes a day to do this. So I'm going to suggest that you try this. All right, here's the first thing. So you want to choose some sort of a gesture or emotion that means something to you. Could be as little as doing this. Could be doing like a hand clap. Could be that fist pump. Could be anything. And you can have a word with it, or you can have a word without it. It can be just a word. It can be a song or a symbol that you see. You can close your eyes and picture a symbol in your mind, or picture a memory in your mind. It can be any of these things. And then once you have that, once you have something that works for you, it could be anything. I mean, remember, this is all individual, by the way. It doesn't have to be what I do. It can be anything. This is for you, your personal private stuff, okay? Then the second thing, once you have that little motion or gesture or picture, whatever it is recall a memory. Recall a time in your life, and every one of us has this. So even if you feel like total shit right now, like your life is going all wrong and it's overwhelming and you don't have a way out and you're never going to figure this out, take a deep breath and work with me, because usually when we're in that state, we're thinking of all bad things. We're remembering all the bad memories of times we screwed up. So I want you to just put that aside. It's time to change state and break state. Hey, Rhonda, what's up, girl? And think of a time when you either felt intense pride, intense confidence, or intense joy. And you all have them. I don't care if you have to go back to when you're 3, when you first rode your bike for the first time on your 2-wheel bike. If you can't think of anything recent and you're really that, into that point where you're feeling like nothing's gone right for you, go back. Keep going back. Hey, until you think of it. And for me, I'm just going to share it with you. I've actually changed my anchor over this past year and a half as I've evolved. I've changed it, and you don't have to do that, by the way. Again, this is all individual. I'm just explaining what I did. When I first did this, I recalled a memory of a time when I was probably about 4 or 5, and my mother and I were driving to the beach. It was a day like this, a summer day, great. I had super long hair, and it was like blowing in the breeze. We were in the car, the top was down, and there was this song on the radio, and that was popular at the time. Back in the 70s, I'm dating myself. And I just felt awesome. I don't know what it was, but I just remember this. And if for any of you who are like movie fans, think of the movie Inside Out. So these are like your core memories. Remember, she has those core memories. Something that made a lasting impression on you. That's why they're core memories, because you felt an intense emotion at the time. And some are sad, some are scary. I want you to think of the fun ones, or the confident ones, or the happy and joyous times. And so what I did is I took that song that was on the radio as my anchor at the time. So I'd either hear it, I'd either, recall it in my head, or I'd listen to it at a time when I needed to have that state. So I want you to remember that time in your life, how you felt, close your eyes and let that feeling flood through you. And I'm talking all the way through you, head to toe. You should be getting like the goosebumps on your arms and the back of your neck. That's when you know it's really working. And you feel that power and confidence and joy that you felt right then. And I want you to feel that and hold on to that. So when you feel that you're there, then you do that motion. Boom, whatever it is that you picked as your anchor behavior, whatever that is, do it. Or just hold that picture in your mind of that memory, something that you can call up really fast. And while you have that feeling state, do it about, I would say about like 5 times, and hold it for 5 to 10 seconds. Do that gesture over again. Say it's like a fist pump. While you're feeling this way, just keep doing it for about 5 to 10 seconds. Then stop and do something else. Change your state. Go stand up and take a walk around the room. Just break that state. And once you break that state, then repeat the process over again. Sit back down or stand up, whatever you're doing, close your eyes, flood yourself with that feeling again, and do the motion, the gesture, or see that symbol in your mind. Hear that song, say the word, whether it's confidence or boom, like whatever it is, and do that again and again. Do it again for 5 or 10 seconds and repeat that. And then do something totally different. Like just go about your business for a little while. Go, whatever it is, do some housework or go outside. Give it some time. Oops, bad connection. Sorry, guys. Do something else when you're out of that state, and then test it. Now, then after a period of time has passed, do something different and then test it. Go back and try and do the gesture first and see if it helps. So for example, I'm outside, I'm doing yard work, and I go, boom, and see if you get that feeling. If you can call up that confidence and that powerful feeling right then with that gesture, because that's what you're trying to do, so that you can get into that state. You don't have to think and meditate on it, feel the feeling, and then do the gesture. It's like I can just do that, and all of a sudden I feel powerful. Just like Tony Robbins, when he was walking up those stairs to go out on stage, he went, whoop. So right when he walked out, he was like, boom, full of energy and full of confidence. How awesome did that feel? And those people, the people just radiated that back right at him. Okay, so he put himself in that peak state that fast. Jogging up the stairs, boom. So it has to be, that's what you want. You want to be able to do that motion, whether it's this, whatever it is, and put yourself in that state. And that can be done anywhere. So say you're at work, you work in a corporate job, and you're about to go into a meeting, you're making a big presentation for your boss or for a client or for your team, and you're kind of nervous and you're unsure about your work, or you're feeling not so confident. Before you walk in that room, you go, boom. And that's what you want to do, is be able to just walk in that room right with your head up in that feeling, and you're flooded with that feeling of confidence or joy or whatever it is. Or maybe you're going out on a date with somebody and you're nervous for the first time, right? So you want to get yourself into that peak state. It can be used in anything, and it should be able to be done that quickly when you get good at it and you practice it. So practice it every day. Do that every day, those steps. Take a few minutes, 5, 10, 15 minutes a day for like 3 or 4 weeks, and get it so it's like nothing. So you can just do it automatically, just like when we shake hands. So I put my hand out to you and you put your hand back out, we shake. It becomes that natural, so that you can call that up at any given moment. Okay, so I hope that helps, right? So let me just back up and do it again real quick. So you want to choose the gesture, or the symbol, or the word, the sound, whatever it is. You want to call up that memory, flood yourself with those feelings of confidence and positivity and power. Then you want to do that gesture for about 5 or 10 seconds, repeat it over and over again. Change your state briefly, like really briefly, and then come back and do that again. Flood yourself with the feeling. This is the first time you do this. Flood yourself with the feeling and do the gesture for, 5 or 10 seconds. Then totally go do something else and do it for, a little bit, 15 minutes. Then try to do the gesture first and see if you can, boom, get into that state right then and there. And if you can't, then go back and repeat the first couple of steps again until you do that. And once you've got that and you feel it happening, then practice that every day for like 3 or 4 weeks until it becomes, a habit. And it becomes your success, one of your success habits, one of your tools. And I promise you it'll be so powerful. And like I said, you're not going to see money falling out of the sky or your true love bumping into you. But little things will start to happen. Hey, Kelly, little things will start to happen and you'll notice. And it may not even be related to what you really want, what you're wanting here to change. It could be other things in your life start to change. Because when you make that decision and you're not turning back and you're doing your anchor, things start to shift. Like the universe starts shifting things for you, and you'll see it. You'll go, oh my gosh, just things start happening and popping into your life, or you see something you didn't see before, opportunity that might pop up and you would have not seen it before. Everything starts to happen and you become more powerful until it becomes a habit. You'll notice that you change, your thinking shifts, and then you see everything in a better light, and it makes your entire life so much more powerful because you did that. So that is the anchoring. That's I highly, highly recommend. And if you're in the home business, let me translate it here. This is like if you're gonna do a makeup tutorial and you're scared out of your mind. You're like, oh my God, shit, I can't do this. And you've just watched like your Black Status presenter and you're like, oh my God, she's so good. And how am I ever gonna do that? Hey girl, hey Kelly. Do that. Get your anchor behavior. Before you turn on that camera, you go, boom. And you put yourself into that state, whatever your anchor, I'm just giving you an example, whatever you choose, and you come onto that camera with the confidence, and that's what helps. Or if you're going to go out on stage, and because all of you can get there, you're going to go out on stage and get your award, you're going to get your rank advancement, whatever it is, or you're going to inspire other people, do that first. So it can be as easy as doing something in your home. It can be as big as going on stage. Whatever it is, this stuff works. I don't know why it works. It just works. So trust me, give it a try. And if it doesn't work, you come and tell me, Jen, it didn't work. And I will help you work through it, because I wouldn't recommend anything to you that I haven't done myself and gotten results with, okay? Know that. So I'll help you work through that. But give it a shot. Get your behavior, get your memory, and start practicing that. I would love to hear how it works for you. So if it works and it's helped you, send me a message or comment or say something. I would love to hear if it's helped you in any way, shape, or form. All right, guys, so I didn't even do, here's the funny part. I get all pumped up by this stuff and I totally forget about finishing the makeup. So that's what I did. So I said I was gonna put a little bit of Corrupted under my eye, like an eyeliner. I love doing this. It's so easy, and you only need a touch. And it goes right under your eye like that. Look at, I'm done, right? I'm done. And I'm going to do a lip stain today, you guys. I'm gonna do a lip stain. This is called Savvy. It looks kind of purpley, doesn't it? And I'm going to brush my lips off first. Okay, I'm gonna have like a matte look. So I'm gonna brush my lips first and then put a little bit of this eye primer right on my lips. Do not put this on your face. It does have some tint to it, so it can clog up the pores. So it's for your eyes, but you can put it on your lips. And I'm gonna have that help the stain really pop out, and it's going to give it more of a matte look. So ready? Oh my gosh, these feel like water. It's so cool. Oh gosh, I love this color. Love it. Love it. Isn't that awesome? And if you want to get more of a shine, just put some lip gloss over it. I'm gonna go for the matte look today. There you go. And I'm done. Actually, I shouldn't say quite done. I'm gonna put a little bit of gel on. This is the gel. My 3D lashes, put some gel on, because I'm going to the beach, so I don't want my fibers melting off because I love it too much. So that's it, you guys. I hope this was helpful. And if you found it helpful and want to share it with anybody, please go ahead and share my live streams. I totally appreciate that. And subscribe. And also, I usually make these into a blog post, and I also upload them to my YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube, Jennifer Rapinian, you can subscribe to my channel there. And all my past ones are there. So if you're looking for it on my page and you're looking for something in particular, pop onto my YouTube channel and it should be there, okay? I hope you guys have an awesome day. It's gorgeous out in New Hampshire. I don't know how it is everywhere else, but enjoy this summer day. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you guys soon.